Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
All right, welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, here we go. Welcome to your Friday KVJ After the Show podcast. Our first weekend of the new year is here. Good stuff. We did find out, unfortunately, Jaybird's plans for the weekend were ruined. That Lotus Music Festival that's got Bone Thugs and Ice Cube in it has been moved to April.
There's going to be no bone.
Yeah. Wait,
You're going to be at home.
I'm going to have to continue to miss his Uncle Charles, yo. All right, that's all I got. I'm done.
You're going to be alone.
And I'll be happy.
Kind of crazy, though, when they do move and cancel these concerts. And, I mean, Bird had tickets, didn't even find out about it. I didn't see it anywhere.
Damn.
Luckily, somebody alerted me to it. We're going to take it off our weekend events list.
I'm sure they told me. I haven't been really checking my emails these days.
Oh, okay. All right.
Nothing but pain and sorrow in those fuckers.
He ain't lying.
Okay.
I checked mine yesterday. I was so much pain.
Yeah.
There's nothing that ever comes cool in the mail either, unless you order something. I never get cool, real mail from the mail person. Every time I open that thing, again, pain.
Unexpected bill. You're
Yeah.
like, wait, what? They're charging me what? For what?
And if I do get a Christmas card or a birthday card, those fuckers ain't got no money in it.
Mail and phone calls, two of the worst things
They are.
that I hate because I never get it. It's never a positive experience for me.
And remember when you were little, how exciting
I
it
know,
was to
yeah.
get mail and phone calls?
Used to love them both.
Yeah, it was an exciting thing. Oh, a phone call is. I almost go, how dare you?
I made Jaybird call me last night, and I could tell he was like, what?
Well, I just knew. I know her very well, and I know when just the verbiage of the text message, I go, oh, shit. This is going to be at least 20 mins.
Uh-huh.
And no, we can't go into detail.
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? You're just on the phone and you got to go through it, and they just keep going into one subject after another.
Well,
it's terrible.
There's some people you can't really get off the phone with because if you do, you're going to be a dick face. And there's some
Right.
people you don't want to be a dick face to. If they're a relative, you know you almost have to fucking take it like I did the other night.
I've just found there's never really a convenient time for me to talk on the phone. There's just always something that's going on. It's always chaos. And anytime I take a call, and there are a few people, you guys, my parents, family, that's it. But it's odd, man. They just, I love talking to my dad, but he has almost like this knack that it's like, pick it up. But it's like the other day, he called me and it was right when the waitress came up, said, so what do you want to order? And so I'm like, and I'm talking to him, and it just, what a disaster it was. It's always something like that. Well, we got some new videos for you to check out, including one with Jaybird for National Whipped Cream Day.
So sexy.
Did a spoof of the Varsity Blues scene where the girl's wearing the whipped cream bikini, and so Jaybird's got his on.
That's Allie Larder, who I hung out with a couple weeks ago. No big deal.
I mean, would you rather hang out with her or with her? Look it over there.
Yeah.
Allie Larder or Sleazy Farter?
And it says, I'm laughing hysterically.
She's hot.
Is this Jaybird's peen that is sticking out the top of the whipped cream? I don't know that I see it. But
No, we definitely did a check on that because we've had balls and peen slip in other videos.
We have an official person on set who does nothing but make sure we have
peen
no
watcher?
sneaky peen watcher.
I saw a few comments. They go, there was some peen warnings last night. I go, I like this controversy. Go zoom in, discuss amongst yourselves.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, if you'd like to try to see Bird's peen.
I don't think there's peen there, though.
Okay.
But you said that last time when there was definitely nard.
Oh, that was awful, by the way, because the whipped cream did not work. It was too. It doesn't hold. I had to use shaving cream, and let's just say it did not feel great. Kind of burned a bit.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
For art.
Fart?
For art.
For art.
Fart?
For art.
Fart?
For art.
Dan in the Pizzle sent an email. He said, on December 15th show, you guys were talking about women complaining about wearing pump-style shoes, and Jason said, I would like to do a nice short pump. And Virginia says, in bed. And then Kevin said, short pump Pennington.
And that needs to stick.
It's good.
That I've listened to that 30-second segment about 10 times now. Cracks me up every time.
Short pump. Pennington, and weren't you short cookie? Isn't that where that came from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny now. I notice short, and when I see a long cookie in my head, I go, "That's a long cookie."
It's a long cookie.
Yeah.
They come in all different sizes.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
And if it's short now, it could be long when you hit your 40s and 50s.
Just like a peen, they all. I mean, look, there's tunnel vagina. There's like I'm saying. Sometimes a guy will get hit with his small dick. What if it's big pussy?
That thing's like the Holland Tunnel.
Yeah, exactly. That's a thing too. We don't talk about that much, do we?
We do. Hot dog down a hallway. Ever heard of it?
I have, but we don't talk about it. It's not as prevalent as small dick. Come on now.
You're right.
Dan says, I see Jaybird in Publix quite a bit, and every time I see him now, I'm going to yell out, what up, short pump Pennington?
Bring it on. I love it.
Okay, there you go.
That's not the weirdest shit I've had someone scream at me in a grocery store.
The funniest is, hey, Jaybird, go fuck yourself. That's the funniest.
We got to get that going again. We haven't, that's kind of died down. But maybe it's supposed to die down. I don't know.
When you yell that and there's other people around and they don't get the joke, they're like, oh my God.
Right.
Kev, do people still scream out 4114 to you, or is that kind of subsided a bit?
No, I mean, that now is, good heavens, that's
20 years old, man.
Yeah, about a good 15.
Let's bring it back.
It's a while.
Was it that? Okay, 15.
It's 2007.
Wow.
Yeah, 16 years ago.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I know, right?
Good gosh.
Crazy where the time's going. Yeah, so I don't hear that too much anymore. Angie is talking on the subject. I think in this new year, we're going to try to figure out with our podcast cuts where we're going to go with it. And we yesterday were reading an email of somebody who didn't like the added cuts that we have. You'll get 5 every day. The whole show, the after the show, and then 3 of our segments that we thought were the bigger segments you want to know about,
Nuggets.
isolated out. Yeah. And I kind of got the idea for this after checking out a sports podcast where they would do their whole show, but then they would do everything individual segments. And I found that I personally liked it because I could start listening to the first segment and then it would just immediately go right to the second, right to the third, and it was seamless. So if you're listening, the experience wasn't bad. It was just like listening to the regular podcast as it was. But being a sports guy, I pick and choose because I may not care about hearing about this sport or that team, and I can just go to the 2 or 3 segments I really want to hear because I am like most people. You don't have 2.5 hours every single day, which is about how much we give you 2.5 to 3 hours of content every day.
And if you have it, great.
Sure.
But if you don't, here's some options of nuggets.
Yes, you can go through and just be like, oh, okay, these are the must listen to KVJ tracks of the day, and you'd be able to do that. And I had thought about expanding it more rather than retracting it. But yesterday the email was about, get rid of it. I don't like it. I got to delete all these other ones. But Angie said, I like the cuts and I would enjoy even more of them. And I got to tell you, honestly, there were no other emails asking us to take the other cuts away. Every email we got yesterday was about adding more.
Huh.
She said, I listen to the show on the WRMF app all morning while I'm driving for work, but I miss a lot because I got to stop and go into stores. So then I catch up on anything I may have missed by listening to the highlight cuts on the ATS on Spotify in the afternoon. I work alone, so you guys keep me company all day. So she had wanted that. And somebody did comment about checking out how it plays on Spotify. So I'll have Denny's on that because they were talking about how it might repeat a bit.
Okay.
So we're looking into that. And look, we're always open to whatever is the best listener or viewer experience for the most amount of people. And majority is going to rule. Like I said, we're not going to make everybody happy with any decision we ever make, but we want to make our content as accessible and as easy as possible.
Yeah, we don't want to make anything suck. I mean, we know some
Never.
things are going
Right.
to suck just because you can't, like you said, make everybody happy, but that's never the goal.
Yeah. So there you go. So we'll toy with it. We may start expanding some of the cuts and doing a few more and seeing what the complaints and the comments are like and see if you like that a little bit better. But it would be something where you're going, oh my gosh, I love No Name Movie Game. I got to listen to that. And I love.
Damn, Jaybird won. Oh, I want to hear that again.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and that may be all you
it's the
get
best episode
to.
ever.
Yeah.
It's a rare thing, so.
Yeah.
Well, what to know this year, motherfucker?
So we'll work on that. Also, Denise said, wow, my granddaughter just said that if the alcoholic on the show says you shouldn't go to the dentist drunk, it's bad. That was from a comment Virginia had made.
Damn!
That's from her granddaughter.
That's amazing.
The little girl's like, wow. If the alcoholic on the show says you shouldn't go to the dentist drunk, that's bad.
It's just amazing that you got. Okay, I'm glad I'm the second in line, but I'm glad you get the crown.
Oh, the Crown Royal?
Oh. We're all equally alcoholics in our own way.
Yes. We, on any given week, share the title with one another.
Remember Kevin was telling all those sad, depressing drunk stories earlier this week? Remember we asked you the question, what was the... It was real depressing shit.
Was it on when we were talking about the share of shock?
Yes.
Is that what you're talking about?
That was a great round, by the way.
Uh-huh.
That was a deep answer.
Yeah, it was. You guys gave it to you.
You brought the heat. Now you can't. You're next week, Virginia. We got to come up with some fucked up shit to ask her, Kevin.
We will. Yeah, we'll take some suggestions. I mean, the goal is to get the person shocked 3 times.
And a little bit of personal discomfort in there. No, just kidding.
This group ain't happy until your marriage is in trouble.
Yeah, that's it. Alex has a comment from yesterday's show. We were talking about Taylor Swift and her cats and then played Anti-Hero. And he says, not cool, guys. I turned the radio on halfway through Anti-Hero, and I had to pull my car over because I thought there was a cat stuck in my car engine. Sorry about that.
You didn't get the joke?
Yeah, no, he must have missed the whole thing where we were talking about how much money Taylor Swift's cat's worth, and then played the song and I was playing the meow sound effect. And
I could.
He thought there was a freaking cat in his car.
If you're driving, you don't know what the hell's going on. You would think there's a cat in your car.
That's what he did. He pulls over. He's like, "Where the hell's this cat?" There's been a couple stories. I had the one story about a BMW that had a rabbit in it, and then there was a story in Florida as well about a BMW that had a skunk in it today.
Damn.
Yeah, so I guess animals are crawling in your car. So I could see where maybe you might think you do have a cat in there. Caitlin from Fort Lauderdale, then Tucson, Tampa, and now Minneapolis sent an email and said, the alarm clock bit struck twice. I listen to you guys as I fall asleep at night, and while I was listening to Monday's episode, I thought the alarm clock bit with Jason's brother was hilarious. Unfortunately, I had it on repeat, so at 2 a.m. in the morning, I heard a beeping, and I said to myself, what the fuck is that? Turns out it was my phone playing the alarm clock bit, and I felt special because the KVJ alarm clock bit worked on me, too.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
I love that.
When does that happen?
She said, I also want to know how the Dinky One profile is going. I am the person that wrote the email where Jason found out about Dinky One because he didn't realize Virginia signed him up until I wrote in.
Thank you for that, by the way.
Virginia signed him up on a dating website for dudes with small dicks.
I signed you up on a VIP premiere package. You're welcome.
I know you did because for a while, every other email was from Dinky One.
Dinky.
And I was always so curious to see what these ladies would say. Man, it's a fucking weird world out there, man. I will say Dinky One, I think they might have gone out of business or you might have to renew me.
COVID?
I haven't got. Maybe COVID hit him
Damn,
hard.
COVID killed Dinky Ones.
Or I just need to renew.
Man.
Virginia, but Dinky One is not sending me stuff like they used to.
Damn.
I gotta miss it. So re-sign me up.
Who knew that it was a fetish, that there's some girls that prefer a tiny penis, and there are some guys that enjoy being made fun of for having a tiny penis? That makes them happy.
But Dinky One, I mean, they wanted super.
What's Dicky One?
Dinky One.
Did I say Dinky
You
One?
said Dicky
It's a
One.
dating site for assholes.
And you see Kevin's Dicky Rant's face?
Dinky One is a face for assholes go to date. That's great.
I need to find a Dinky One.
Dinky One.
Are you drinking?
No, I wish. Dinky one. It was 2 inches or below. They wanted really small. Yeah, if you were above, I think it might have been 3. If you were above 3 inches, they were like, "Nope, sorry, you hung son of a bitch."
Bragger.
Yeah, Dinky one likes them small.
Well, it's out there.
I mean, do we renew or? I feel like we had so many great moments from it.
We did.
Got an email here about the driving contest we're talking about driving a golf ball at Drive Shack. And Matt is the food and beverage manager there. And he said, I heard you guys discussing having a long drive contest. I'd love to host it. We do them frequently for parties and such. I think it'd be a lot of fun. So let me know if you're interested. Should make for great radio. Yeah, that could be a fun little event. We'll have to be in touch and try to put that together.
Did anybody send you any kind of emails about how to make the blue or pink smoke for
No, got nothing on
the
that.
Denny's pregnancy?
No,
Man.
fortunately not.
I wonder if I went to like a head shop, they could help me. If maybe it's already on the market.
There might be.
There might be somebody that already does this. I mean, it doesn't feel that innovative, like colored smoke. Duh. I feel like it's out there.
I've seen it in videos, in music videos. They've
Right.
had colored smoke. So
Right.
it is possible.
If they can get it, we can get it.
We'll figure it out. We'll get this shit. We got it.
I love his name was Matt Shank is his name, and he works at a golf place.
Oh, that's a cute name
That's a
for a
golf term.
golfer.
It is. You don't want the shanks, Virginia.
Oh, shank is bad.
It's not good.
Yeah, if you shank a ball, it's not you didn't hit it well.
Or the yips. You don't want the yips. We taught you about the yips. You don't even remember, do you?
The yips is when you get clanked.
Yeah, and it's a repeat kind of a thing.
Right.
It's almost kind of like you got a virus in your swing. Or
But it's in your head.
yes, it
Yeah.
can be, absolutely.
Doug sent an email, said, Kevin, heard you saying that your mom did the ancestry thing and your ancestors had come from Scotland. So did mine. They came to Maryland in the mid-1600s and settled in Virginia and later moved to the western part, settling in West Virginia soon after the French and Indian Wars. By the way, they did own slaves, but they operated a farm in antebellum Virginia, and that is what one did. Would it be strange and cool if they actually knew each other? Yeah, I mean, my family wound up in Virginia, and same thing, went to West Virginia, but yeah, I don't think they ever didn't do the slave thing. Got an email from Samantha, and she said, a friend of mine had been listening to you guys since we were in elementary school, but we never met y'all. Are you having any events this upcoming week? We're from South Florida. We moved out of state. We're going to be in town the next week for the holidays. Love to come to a KBJ event. No, we didn't have anything going on. I know, I guess you're already gone. But they did say, Kevin, have you ever been to the Serpent Mound in Ohio? And yeah, I have. When I was a kid, we did a field trip there, and I was watching a Netflix show. It was pretty cool over the break, and they featured that Serpent Mound on that show, and it's talking about what it might be. And the thing that's really cool of it, it's a snake body with the snake head at the one end, and it kind of curves around. And the thing that was amazing about that they found is on my birthday, June 21st, that's the summer equinox.
It's the longest day of the year.
The mouth lines up perfectly, and it looks like the snake is eating the sun. So if you're back
way.
from behind it, and then the curves in the snake, it matches up with all the other solstices that happen, the winter solstice and all the other things throughout the year. So it's a pretty cool little thing that they've done.
That's some ancient alien shit right there, dog.
Yeah, the show is very similar to that, and I got to try to figure out what it was, because it was a fascinating show with this guy who's kind of a journalist, and he goes around and he looked at, it was like Atlantis and all these different places. He went around the world, and a lot of what he was saying was, have we ever been in a place in this world where we had advanced societies that got wiped out? And it really all kind of came back to the Ice Age that had happened 10,000 years ago. And things really changed, and as things broke loose, you had oceans flooding, and maybe Atlantis, the lost city, it was flooded. And so they kind of went the Bimini Road that they have right off the coast here of Florida. They've seen that, and it's beach rock, and it looks like a perfectly chiseled out road going somewhere. And so they looked at that, and And he said there's no way that wasn't man-made. That's his theory on it. He said because there's rocks underneath it that's propping it up. So
I love it,
he
Kevin.
says, it looks like a lost city that might be attached there.
There's a lot of lost cities they're finding they didn't even know were even out there, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
I won't bore you with it.
There's a lot of cities that need to get lost.
But they're finding shit they didn't even know they existed. They're finding it with, all right, Kevin's texting.
No, I'm trying to find the name of the show, and I don't remember it. Because people are like, well, what the hell's the name of the show? And I'm like, I don't remember what it was, but it was some kind of British-sounding journalist. And
okay, well, then it's official.
Yeah, it was. It was a good little watch. Kind of like that. Somebody said, Kevin, Google the Tartarian Empire and CIA records. Okay, I don't know what that means, but I will check that out.
Tartarian. That sounds like something from Star Trek.
Yeah, I don't even know what that would be.
You could name 2 characters from Star Trek.
Spock and Scotty.
Okay.
Fuck you.
I'm very proud of you.
I'm going to beam up my middle finger just for you.
That's awesome. I'm glad that you got those 2. I was hoping you said Chewbacca.
Yeah, so it's an empire that they're talking about. Is it real or was it just a hoax? It sounds like it's along the same thing. Tartarian structures and whatnot. So I'll do a deeper dive on that. Thank you for that.
It does sound like a Star Trek character.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
Sounds like something from that type of thing.
I wish Virginia would get a little bit more into sci-fi. I think she'd like it.
I don't know. I mean,
she wouldn't.
I watched that Wednesday show, and that's kind of a little fantasy, like spells, and
Yeah, I guess.
even that was a little bit like, okay.
Too goofy for you.
Too fantasy magic based.
She hates dragons. She
I
does-
love reality shows.
hates wizards.
Yeah.
You don't like aliens.
I'm not down with the dragon, the wizard, and the alien.
It's so fucked, man. Our relationship could be 1% better if you got into some wizards and some dragons.
I do like the dark arts. So if you get into more witchcraft, I'll meet you there.
Okay. That's your thing?
Yeah.
Well, she's a fucking witch. Of course she wants. You should just go all in with the witch shit.
I love the witch shit.
I know. You are a witch. You are a real witch. I've seen her with powers, Kevin. And potions.
She's done some amazing stuff.
Oh yeah, she's witch light right now. She's about 70% witch. She hasn't gone full witch yet. When she does, look the fuck out. And I'm
Yeah.
talking to you too, Panda.
It's going to be tough. I got an email here from a loyal listener who wants to know about a decent singles cruise. I'm about to be 35, and I put my love life on the back burner for a while as I accomplished other goals. I used to enjoy dating and all its thrills, but it's been a while, and I need to jumpstart my flirtation skills. And let's face it, throw it a little.
Okay.
I feel like I'm back in the game. Any suggestions for singles cruises?
All right.
I don't know about a singles cruise, but I will tell you this. Get dolled up and go to Home Depot because it is so funny. I've seen so many girls do this on TikTok, and there is a lot of action going on at Home Depot. You'll be the only girl there, and especially if you look good, there will be some men's interested.
Man, I'm not even kidding you. I was at Home Depot a lot during the break, and I guess I was just going during the cocoon time. Every motherfucker looked like their balls hung way lower than mine. There was a lot of old dudes there. But maybe you're into that shit. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe you want a daddy.
I think I was shopping during the old man hour.
Daddy long balls?
I was shopping during the daddy long balls time period. I felt young.
Yeah, I don't know. Suits, do you know of any singles cruises or just, I don't know. We can look that up. I do know this. We are going to be giving out cruises starting next week on the Virgin Voyages out of Port Miami. Listen to us at 9 a.m. for your cruise code, and then 11 a.m., 1, 3, and 5 p.m.
Did you say Pork Miami?
Port Miami.
Those are cool too because they're all adults on those ships. There's no kids allowed, so you can really turn it up on those Virgin Voyages.
Oh, Virgin is no kids.
All adults, 18 and older.
But if you're doing an all singles cruise, doesn't that basically say I want to get fucked kind of a cruise? Isn't that basically?
I think that's what
that's the
she's
way
going for.
I think that's what.
That's how I would see it.
Right?
Yeah.
Don't you see that you're looking to get laid, or at least I don't know, a little 69
Absolutely.
at Min's a 69, right?
At Min's, a 68, and I owe you one.
Yeah.
So if you were single, would you recommend a certain cruise, Suits?
So it's weird with like singles cruises. They have some events on every cruise that's for singles to kind of meet up, but you're probably looking at a chartered cruise, some company that is specifically chartering the whole boat and they want it to be a singles cruise. It's going to end up costing you more money because it's a charter, but you'd have to specifically look for, okay, where are these singles cruises? There's a couple throughout the year probably. But I mean, I don't know. For me personally, I feel like that's going to be an older crowd.
I want to see the clientele that are going to be at this
Right.
party before I pay hundreds or thousands for the singles cruise.
I think you got a better chance going on a regular cruise meeting people than doing the singles cruise in your 30s.
So you think this is going to be just old sex?
I kind of feel like the singles only cruise is going to be a little bit more like that.
Gross and desperate.
I hate to say it, but I think you should just go on a regular cruise and just see what you can do.
Who's ready for the grossest fuck fest ever, man? No, come on. Old people need love too.
Of course.
You don't have to go on something called a singles cruise or night out or party. You're a girl. Do yourself up, get your best dress, get your best hair, best makeup, best everything, and go hit the town. Even if you go by yourself, if you go in a bar by yourself looking the hottest you've ever looked, I don't think you'll be sitting there by yourself for too long. I really don't.
Okay.
I don't know. What the fuck do I know?
You old?
It's been a while. Like, I would say this. Go to Mardi Gras. Shoot your shot there.
Yeah, you won't walk away with chlamydia.
If that's all you get, you're lucky.
At Min's, you're getting chlamydia.
Cynthia sent an email about Dubai. She said, my mom and her husband moved there 6 years, or for 6 years. He was developing the airport. And I never visited because, like Virginia said, I just think I'm too lippy. Case in point, my mom was in church with her husband, and when it was time in the mass to show the sign of peace, my mom kissed her husband on the cheek, and she was almost arrested on the spot.
What?
My mom is a very proper, a quiet rule follower, and she was almost arrested. I didn't stand a chance. Also, you can only order a certain amount of alcohol a month, so you're allowed 1 case of wine per month. I would have been in jail for sure.
Yeah, I don't know if Dubai is for me.
No, you're going to die if you go there.
It's just not my vibe. I don't want anybody anywhere telling me how I can act after a few drinks or how many drinks I can have.
Yeah, I think you do it right. Stay in South Florida and then go to New Orleans.
Yeah.
I think those are your two. They like a lippy lady like
They
you.
like me in Key West, too.
Okay. Yeah, and it's warm as well. You know, your average temperature there, if you went in the summer, is like 106. So, and I was hearing too, I remember when they had the World Cup, they were talking about how hot it was there. I was like, good heavens, man.
That's hot.
Yeah.
That's real hot.
It is hot. So you definitely want to pay attention what time of year you go. Got an email from a KVJ Nationer in New York City about Virginia's thinning hair. It says, in multiple peer-reviewed scientific studies, rosemary oil has been proven to be as effective as Rogaine when it comes to male or female pattern baldness. They say, I've started a routine with rosemary oil masks in my hair to help it become strong and healthy. I would look it up on TikTok for ideas on how to incorporate it into your routine.
Your hair doesn't look thin to me. I think it looks good.
It's thinning.
I was
can
talking
tell.
to Kevin. I'm just kidding.
I got help.
I'm just kidding.
Mine ain't my hair.
I'm just kidding. No, I was being serious. Your hair doesn't look thin to me, Virginia, for real.
I know, but it is. You're a guy. I don't think guys notice it as much as like we do.
Okay, well, fucking never mind. I was trying to give you a compliment.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Something I had never heard before, too, is what can cause baldness? Soda. They say, according to one study they did in China, guys who drink just 1 soda per day had a 57% higher risk of experiencing male pattern hair loss.
Well, I'm definitely beating.
What?
I'm definitely beating the odds on that one.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You love soda.
I say, well, and what it is any drink high in added sugar could contribute to the condition. They said diet sodas don't seem to have the same effect. So it's really just the sugar in the drinks.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm kind of like any bad habit. I'm trying to quit soda. So I'm not when I cut it out completely cold turkey, I think I go through that caffeine crash and I think I'm dying, and it's really a terrible thing to go through. I'm weaning myself off. I think that's a better, smarter move. Thoughts?
Yeah.
Don't cut it out cold turkey. It really hits you hard, man. For some people, it can really knock you on your dick.
Sure. Yeah. Any adjustments you make to your body, even
Should be
the positive ones.
smaller.
Yeah, even the positive ones. If you get something, you're going to feel the effects. It is tough, even if you're making healthy changes.
I guess cold turkey is good if you're able to do it and go through all the withdrawals of caffeine or whatever.
Yeah.
But caffeine's a tough one, man. I don't know if it's the caffeine or if it's the sugar.
It's both.
That my body will shut down a little bit. I can tell that I'm going through a change.
Well, I think it's anytime you have a stimulant that is no longer in your system, you're going to feel a difference. And the sugar and the caffeine stimulants, it kind of get you
Yeah.
take that away, and your body's like, wait, what the hell's going on, man? You're going to feel off. You're going to feel different. Talking about some sugar, if you want to get more in your diet, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups are becoming a line of frozen desserts.
Oh,
wow.
yes. Well, I love their frozen cake, and I know it's controversial. Every time I do the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup cake, people go, oh, it's not that good. I love it.
They need to talk to whoever made the Snickers ice cream bar, because I don't even eat Snickers, but the Snickers ice cream bar is on point.
What do you think my knock is about that? I think it tastes amazing, but what's my knock about the Snickers ice cream bar?
It's bigger than your penis.
What a dick.
Oh, I know, right?
So,
I look at it and cry.
no, you all do. Fuck this shit, man. I'm out of here.
What? You asked me a question.
You know my biggest complaint, man.
If you don't want the answer, don't ask the
I want
question.
dinky ones.
All right, short cookie. I forgot I was going to even say. What a dick.
A fun time.
Yeah.
If you have it out for longer than 20 seconds, that son of a biscuit melts so quick. You got to eat it so quick. It turns into a mush box.
It does. It gets a little mushy and like
Soft,
sticky.
sticky.
It becomes like whatever that ice cream is. It gets a little bit too sticky.
Yeah.
I don't like sticky.
I don't like it either. It's kind of like
But
Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper, if you have Dr. Pepper's delicious. You open it up, but if it's out for 30 seconds, it turns into thick syrup.
Kevin's never had one, so we have to explain to him about the Snickers ice cream bar. So the
Yeah.
outside of it is a chocolate shell that's
Okay.
frozen. Something tells me Thumbs over here eats aggressively, and you can't do that. You can't crack the outside chocolate shell until you get to that part that you're going to eat. If you crack it prematurely, then you'll get it all over your hands, then it'll be sticky. I think it's on you.
Yeah, well, you know what?
He's blowing it.
Again, fuck this shit.
You eat like a gorilla eating an ice cream bar. I know you cracked that thing.
At least I'm not a sauce snob.
Karen sent an email. She said, this email is for Jay Bird. First of all, Bird, every time you say, I like the sound of that, I know exactly who you are quoting. It's future Mayor Goldie Wilson from the original Back to the Future. I love that movie so much that I have it memorized, and so does my 14-year-old son. He is wearing a re-elect Mayor Goldie Wilson t-shirt that he got for Christmas.
That email warms my heart. I'm so glad someone knows what I'm talking about. It's nice.
She said, I also know what you're talking about. You said that strange thing that happens and that feeling you get in your butthole when you're up somewhere really high. Gives you that little tingle. I had to write in and tell you that as a kid, my best friend asked me if I ever felt weird in my butthole when I was up really high. I told her absolutely not. That sounds insane. But then she told me that on a family trip to Ireland, they climbed to a very high church tower. And at the top, she said to her sister, this makes my butthole feel weird. And her sister said, me too. Their whole family has the height butthole tingle thing. You're the only other person I have ever heard talk about it, but it's real.
You have it too, I think.
Yeah, in fact, I didn't even think about it when I had said it one time. I get that same sensation because I have a fear of heights. Heights, and I remember we were at the Broward Center with the twins when they were very young with Kim, and we were sitting in the balcony, and young Caitlin was looking over the balcony, and she was kind of bending over it with looking over the railing, and I'm like, Kim, and I said kind of loud, I said to Kim, I'm like, Kim, you got to do something about that. She's making my butthole hurt. And I know what I said. It was making my balls hurt because it's in between my butthole and balls.
Yeah.
And I said, you got to do something about that because she's making my balls ache. And the person next to me heard that, and I thought about it, and here's a young girl bending over a railing, and I said she's making my balls ache. And I'm
It's
like,
not a good look.
I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, I just said the most pedophilia type thing out loud in the Broward Center. And this woman looked at me like she didn't know she should call the cops or not.
Pedo Pete.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, I didn't mean it like that. I'm like, I can't explain it. Heights, my butthole, my balls. Oh.
I know what you mean. By you just telling that story made my butthole tingle.
Right, yeah.
It did.
It does. I same thing.
And my balls and my peen. It's the whole area.
I can see a photo. They had something where people, there's, I don't know if it's TikTok or what it is. There's some waterfall. It's a light river that goes over. It's about a 500-foot drop, and people are getting right to the edge of it.
Oh.
And they were looking over it, and I'm like, oh, yeah, immediately my butthole puckers
Seriously.
and my balls ache. It's an immediate, just both of them. It's like my balls get sore and my butthole puckers at the same moment.
I forget what country it is, but it's between these two big mountains, and it's this bridge.
Yeah.
But the bridge is made of glass. It's see-through. So you're when you walk down, it just looking straight down, and there's this one video of this. He can't make it. He collapses and starts to crawl. He's trying to crawl over the bridge.
Yeah,
His
I've seen
butthole.
yeah, they have the glass bridge that you
Yes.
go over. That's one.
Oh.
They have that room. I think it's in Chicago. It's on top of one of the tall buildings, and you stand up against the glass, and it leans forward
Out.
over it. So you're just laying or looking.
Kevin, you're making my butthole tingle. You're making my butthole tingle.
I don't know if my butthole would ever unclench. I probably would have a tough time shitting for the rest of my life. Like, it may just never come unclenched if I did that.
How tough would that be for you to walk? I'm talking so super high up one of those bridges that's made of glass.
I would
and-
do the same thing. I'd have to crawl. I had to crawl down the brain drain from the freaking water park.
That's right. You went all the way up and then crawled
I had
down.
to crawl down it, and people were just like, "Oh my gosh, this guy's so sad."
Oh, I did the same thing. I think they called me a pussy, so don't feel.
Yeah,
That was me.
Yeah,
It probably was. Hey, you pussy! Is it on Netflix?
that's it. So there you go. So apparently, other people they get the same
All
clenching,
right, good. We're not alone, Kevin.
the same ball ache and butthole pucker. So it's nice to know we're not alone on that. Well, thank you for all the emails. Mail at kvjshow.com. You guys enjoy your weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.